Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 3 or 0 a.m., lying in the quiet darkness, staring at the ceiling, and wondering why sleep eludes you? If you're an older adult, this experience might feel like a familiar, frustrating ritual. You may have asked yourself if something is wrong with your body, your mind, or even your lifestyle. The truth is, waking up in the early morning hours is far more common among older adults than you might realize. And it's not just a random quirk or an inevitable consequence of aging. There's a deeper story behind these moments, one rooted in the complex interplay of your body's biology, your daily habits, and the emotional layers of a life well lived. In this exploration, we're going to uncover 5 powerful reasons why so many older adults find themselves awake around 300 a.m., and what these early wake-ups might be trying to tell you about your health, your body, and your heart. These aren't superficial explanations or quick fixes. They're grounded in the science of aging, the psychology of rest, and the rhythms of a life that's seen many seasons. By the time we're done, you may look at those pre-dawn moments in a new light, not as a problem to be solved, but as a signal to listen more closely to yourself. These insights might not only help you sleep better, but also deepen your understanding of the incredible changes your body and mind are navigating. We'll dive into how shifting hormones, evolving sleep patterns, physical health challenges, daily routines, and even the quiet stirrings of your emotions can contribute to these early morning awakenings. Each reason offers a unique perspective, revealing something profound about the way your body works and the life you've built. This journey is about more than just sleep. It's about honoring the wisdom of your body and the experiences that have shaped you. So if you've ever found yourself awake at 3 a.m., feeling puzzled or frustrated, you're in the right place. Stay with us until the end, because what you learn here could transform the way you approach your rest and your well-being. Let's get started. 1. Declining melatonin production. One of the most significant reasons older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is the natural decline in melatonin production that comes with age. Melatonin is the hormone responsible for regulating your sleep-wake cycle, often described as your body's internal clock. It signals when it's time to wind down, drift into sleep, and stay in a restful state through the night. When you were younger, your body likely produced a robust supply of melatonin, allowing you to enjoy long, uninterrupted stretches of deep sleep. You'd fall asleep easily and wake up feeling refreshed, your body in sync with the natural rhythms of day and night. As we age, however, melatonin production gradually decreases. This shift can begin as early as your 40s or 50s and becomes more pronounced with each passing decade. By the time you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, your body may produce significantly less melatonin than it once did. This reduction doesn't just make it harder to fall asleep, it can also disrupt your ability to stay asleep. You might drift off effortlessly after a relaxing evening or a tiring day, but in the early morning hours around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m., your melatonin levels may dip too low to keep you in a deep restorative state. Without enough of this hormone, your brain begins to transition toward wakefulness, leaving you alert when you'd rather be dreaming. This isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong or that your body is failing you. It's simply a natural part of how your internal chemistry evolves over time. Your body is still working to regulate sleep, but it's operating with a different set of resources. Environmental factors can make this effect even more pronounced. Even small amounts of light from a glowing digital clock, a street lamp seeping through the curtains, or a hallway light creeping under the door can suppress melatonin production further. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to these external triggers, which can turn a subtle dip in melatonin into a full-blown wake-up call. Consider the story of Evelyn, a 71-year-old who always considered herself a good sleeper. For most of her life, she'd fall asleep within minutes and wake up feeling rested. But over the past few years, she began waking up consistently around 3:15 a.m., her mind alert and her body unwilling to return to sleep. At first, she worried she was developing insomnia or that something was wrong with her health. But after speaking with a sleep specialist, she learned that her melatonin levels were likely lower than they used to be, a normal part of aging. This realization was a turning point for Evelyn. Instead of blaming herself, she made practical changes to support her sleep. She invested in blackout curtains to keep her bedroom as dark as possible, stopped using her tablet an hour before bed, and began taking short evening walks to reinforce her circadian rhythm. She also experimented with a small dose of melatonin supplements under her doctor's guidance to help bridge the gap. While she still wakes up occasionally, these adjustments have made her early mornings less frequent and less frustrating. This kind of awareness can be transformative. When you understand that waking up at 3:00 a.m. might be tied to a natural hormonal shift, you can stop seeing it as a personal failure and start taking steps to work with your body. Simple changes like creating a darker sleep environment, avoiding blue light from screens, or establishing a consistent evening routine can make a big difference. More than that, this understanding fosters compassion for yourself. Your body isn't betraying you. It's adapting to a new phase of life, and with a little support, you can help it find balance again. 2. Advanced sleep phase syndrome. Another key reason older adults wake up in the early morning hours is a phenomenon known as advanced sleep phase syndrome, where the body's internal clock shifts forward with age. Your circadian rhythm, the biological system that governs when you feel sleepy or alert, naturally adjusts as you grow older. In your younger years, your internal clock was likely aligned with a later bedtime, perhaps staying up until 10 p.m. or midnight and waking around 7 a.m. or later. This rhythm felt natural, syncing with the demands of work, social life, or family responsibilities. But as we age, this internal clock tends to move earlier, prompting you to feel sleepy in the early evening and wake up well before dawn. This shift means you might find yourself nodding off during an evening movie, feeling ready for bed by 8:30 or 9 p.m., even if you didn't plan to sleep so early. As a result, your body completes its sleep cycle earlier, often by 3 or 4 a.m., leaving you wide awake when the world is still dark. This isn't just a matter of habit or preference. It's a biological change rooted in how your brain regulates sleep. The suprachiasmatic nucleus, the part of the brain that controls circadian rhythms, becomes less responsive to external cues like light and activity as we age, allowing this forward shift to take hold. Lifestyle changes can amplify this effect. For many older adults, especially those who are retired or living in quieter households, the absence of a structured daily schedule weakens the external cues that once anchored their sleep cycle. Without the demands of a commute, work meetings, or late-night social events, your body may naturally wind down earlier. A peaceful evening with minimal stimulation, perhaps reading a book or watching a quiet show, can signal to your brain that it's time to produce melatonin earlier, inviting sleep long before the clock strikes 10 p.m. Take the example of Thomas, a 69-year-old retiree who noticed his sleep patterns changing after leaving his career. In his working years, he'd stay up until 11 p.m., catching up on emails or watching late-night news. But after retirement, his days became less structured. He started eating dinner at 5:30 p.m., relaxing in his favorite armchair, and often dozing off by 9 p.m. By 3 a.m., he was wide awake, feeling rested but confused by the early hour. Initially, he thought he was developing a sleep disorder, but after researching advanced sleep phase syndrome, he realized his body's clock had simply shifted. Thomas began making small adjustments to his routine. He added a short evening walk to stay active, read in brighter light to delay melatonin production, and scheduled phone calls with friends or family to keep his evenings more engaging. These changes helped push his bedtime later, gradually shifting his wake-up time closer to 5 hours or 6 a.m. This shift in sleep timing is a natural part of aging, but it can feel disorienting if your lifestyle or preferences don't align with it. The good news is that you can gently guide your body's rhythm with intentional habits. Staying active in the afternoon, exposing yourself to natural light during the day, or adding stimulating activities in the evening can help delay your sleep phase, making those 3 a.m. wake-ups less frequent. More importantly, understanding this change removes the guilt or confusion you might feel. Your body isn't broken, it's simply operating on a new schedule, and with a little care, you can find a rhythm that feels right for you. If this section resonates with you, let us know by commenting number 2 below. And if you're finding this content valuable, please subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with our videos. 3. Physical health and discomfort. Physical discomfort or underlying health issues are another common reason why older adults wake up around 3 a.m. As we age, our bodies become more susceptible to chronic conditions, minor ailments, or physical changes that can subtly disrupt sleep. These disruptions often emerge in the quiet of the night when your body is more sensitive to discomfort and less distracted by the busyness of the day. Conditions like arthritis, for example, can make it uncomfortable to stay in one position for hours. You might fall asleep without issue, but after several hours of stillness, stiff joints or aching muscles can nudge you awake. Similarly, acid reflux, a common issue for older adults, can flare up at night, especially if you ate a heavy meal too close to bedtime or reclined too soon after eating. Even seemingly minor issues like a dry mouth, muscle cramps, or a room that's too warm or too cold can be enough to pull you out of deep sleep. For many older adults, particularly men, the need to urinate is a frequent cause of nighttime awakenings. As we age, the bladder loses elasticity, making it less able to hold urine for long periods. This can lead to more frequent and urgent trips to the bathroom, especially in the early morning hours. Even a brief interruption like this can shift your body from deep sleep to light alertness, making it harder to fall back asleep. Medications which many older adults take for conditions like high blood pressure, heart health, or chronic pain can also play a role. Some medications have side effects that disrupt sleep, such as increased urination, changes in body temperature, or heightened sensitivity to light or noise. These effects can be subtle, and you might not immediately connect them to your wake-ups. Consider the story of Clara, a 75-year-old who began waking up around 3:30 a.m. over the past year. She initially assumed it was just part of getting older, but the consistent wake-ups left her feeling tired and frustrated. After keeping a sleep journal and consulting her doctor, she discovered that a medication she took for her blood pressure was increasing her nighttime bathroom trips. With her doctor's guidance, she adjusted the timing of her dose and made small changes like limiting fluids in the evening and elevating her head during sleep to reduce acid reflux. These tweaks didn't eliminate her wake-ups entirely, but they made them less frequent and easier to manage. Physical disruptions during sleep are not a sign that your body is failing. They're evidence that it's still communicating its needs. By paying attention to these signals, you can take steps to address discomfort, whether it's adjusting your medication schedule, improving your sleep environment, or seeking medical advice for underlying conditions. These wake-ups can be a gentle nudge to care for your body more intentionally, helping you find greater comfort and rest. 4. Lifestyle and routine changes. Your daily habits and routines can have a profound impact on why you're waking up at 3:00 a.m. As we age, our lifestyles often shift in ways that subtly reshape our sleep-wake cycle. Many older adults begin eating dinner earlier, winding down sooner in the evening, or engaging in less physical or mental activity during the day. These changes, while seemingly minor, can signal to your body that it's time to start the sleep process earlier, leading to earlier wake-ups. For example, after retirement, the absence of a structured schedule like commuting work deadlines or social engagements can weaken the external cues that once anchored your sleep cycle. Without these, your body may produce melatonin earlier in the evening, prompting you to feel sleepy by 8 or 9 p.m. If you fall asleep this early, your body may complete its sleep cycle by 3:00 a.m., leaving you awake in the pre-dawn hours. Diet and lifestyle also play a role. Eating dinner early, while often healthier, can sometimes lead to a drop in blood sugar overnight, which may rouse you from sleep. Similarly, caffeine consumed in the afternoon, even in small amounts, can linger in your system longer as your metabolism slows, with age subtly lightening your sleep and making you more prone to waking. Take the example of Henry, a 73-year-old who retired 2 years ago. After leaving his job, his days became quieter with dinner at 5 p.m. and evenings spent relaxing. He often fell asleep in his recliner by 9 p.m., only to wake up at 3 a.m. alert and puzzled. By adding an afternoon walk, reading in brighter light in the evening, and avoiding naps, Henry gradually shifted his sleep cycle, waking closer to morning. Your body thrives on rhythm, and small adjustments, like staying active, delaying bedtime slightly, or timing meals differently, can help realign your sleep schedule for more restful nights. If this section resonated with you, comment number 4 below to share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. 5. Emotional and psychological factors. Sometimes waking up at 3:00 a.m. has less to do with your body and more to do with your mind. As we age, the busyness of life often slows, leaving more space for emotions and thoughts to surface, especially in the quiet of the night. These early hours, when distractions are minimal, can become a time when your mind processes unresolved worries, memories, or longings. This restlessness is often subtler than the anxiety of youth. It might feel like a gentle hum of thoughts about past relationships, life choices, or losses. For many older adults, shrinking social circles or changes like retirement can amplify feelings of loneliness, which may surface at night as a faint ache for connection. Consider Margaret, an 80-year-old widow. During the day, she stays busy with hobbies and family calls, but at 3:00 a.m., she often wakes with thoughts of her late husband or worries she keeps hidden. Journaling during these wake-ups and adding evening rituals like listening to calming music helped her give her emotions a voice, easing her mind and improving her sleep. These wake-ups are signs of a rich inner life. By approaching them with curiosity, you can explore what your mind is trying to say, fostering not only better sleep, but a deeper connection to yourself. Final thoughts. Reflect on what stood out to you today. Was it the hormonal shifts, the changing sleep cycle, physical discomfort, lifestyle habits, or the emotional layers? Each reason offers insight into why you're waking at 3:00 a.m., and none suggests something is wrong. They're messages from your body and mind inviting you to listen and adapt with kindness. You're not alone in this experience, and with understanding comes the power to make small changes that foster better rest and a deeper connection to your evolving self. Share your thoughts in the comments. What did you learn and how will you apply it? If you found this helpful, subscribe and share to support more content like this. We'll see you next time.